I used to think that happiness and joy were something granted only after I had proved myself. This is a letter to the me who thought she had to get everything right before she deserved to feel any light. Dear me, when I was a child, decorating the Christmas tree seems like such a simple thing. A moment of laughter, light, and togetherness. But in our family, even something as warm as that became its own quiet lesson. There was a right way to do everything. And joy. Joy came later. If you had earned it. I can still see it. Dad, choosing the perfect tree from the lot, with that careful, measured eye. The moment we carried it home, the ritual began. First into the garage to keep the carpet safe. Then the lights, every bulb checked, blue ones removed, Kleenex stuffed neatly into the bases. When that step was complete, the tree went back to the garage to be flocked, because no mess was tolerated more than absolutely necessary. Hours later, after the flock dried, the Kleenex came out. The blue bulbs went back in, and little domes of angel hair were formed just right. We all stood back, watching, waiting to be allowed to help. And only when every single step of that process was finished, when the work was deemed sufficiently professional, were the rest of us invited in to place our ornaments. I learned early, in more ways than I understood at the time, that joy came only after work. That celebration was earned. That the light at the end belonged to the one who did everything correctly. And that if something didn't feel joyful yet, it must mean you hadn't worked hard enough. I didn't realize until much later that there was any other way. But now, as an adult, I want you to hear this. Happiness and seasonal joy were never meant to be a reward for perfection. They were never badges you earned by getting the ritual right. Happiness, especially the kind we long for at this time of year, has always been ours to welcome, not something we perform our way into. As I've grown into my own celebrations, I've realized that there is no single right version of the holidays. There are 1,000 ways to let joy fill a room, and none of them require comparison, choreography, or approval from anyone else. Our tree doesn't have to look like the one in the mall window. It doesn't have to look like the one Dad designed with such precision. It doesn't have to look like anyone's idea of perfect. The holidays were never about getting the sequencing correct, the lighting right, or the decorations just so. They were and are about being with the people you love in the spaces you have, with the hearts that are present. As an adult, I'm learning something that would have soothed you back then. Happiness is not proof of a job well done. It is a choice. And when happiness is missing, it isn't because you failed or didn't do enough. Even now, that's a truth I repeat to myself. When I feel out of alignment or heavy, the solution isn't do it better. It isn't try harder. It isn't earn the moment. Sometimes happiness arrives through something as small as creating a little kindness out of nothing. Something thoughtful, simple, unexpected. A smile or compliment that reminds someone they matter. A tiny offering of warmth that costs almost nothing. It can even be anonymous, especially at this time of year. I'm learning to release the rituals that once felt mandatory. I'm learning that I don't need to finish everything, prove anything, or match anyone's ideal. I don't need to meet any standard before I get to feel grateful, joyful, or at peace. I'm letting happiness be easier now. I choose slowness when the world rushes. I choose softness when perfection tempts. I choose presence over performance. I choose joy simply because it's available, not because I've earned it. The most healing part of all this is discovering that joy doesn't vanish when the garland is uneven, when the cookies burn, when the living room isn't cinematic, or when traditions bend. If anything, joy breathes better when perfection steps aside. And child me, I see you standing so still beside the tree, watching, waiting to be allowed into the moment. I wish you could know what I know now, that you never had to wait. The joy was already yours. Joy belongs to us simply because we're here. And so now, in this season, I'm choosing happiness without apology. I'm choosing to see beauty in the present moment, however imperfect it is. And I am gently, gratefully letting go of the belief that joy comes only after the right steps have been completed. Signed by the me who knows she can choose happiness over perfection. P.S. I'd love to know, what's one small moment of joy that you no longer feel the need to earn? And if someone you care about is learning to reclaim their joy this season, please share this with them.